What's up, bae? OPERATIONiDROID here, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to get an emulator called NewGamePad on your iPhone, iPod, or iPad. NewGamePad allows you to play games like Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1, Game Boy Advance, PSP, Super Nintendo, and much more, which will be linked in the description for those that are interested in learning exactly what consoles this emulator can play. With all that being said, this is going to be a complete tutorial on how to get NewGamePad and how to get games for NewGamePad, all without a jailbreak or a computer, which is pretty impressive in my opinion. I tried my best to make this tutorial clear and easy to follow, so if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button as it helps out the video tremendously and I truly appreciate it. But now, without any further ado, let's head into the tutorial. Alright, before we begin, I would like to give a quick shout out to AJ170 for informing me about this amazing emulator. But to actually get the emulator, you want to go ahead and open your iEmulators application, or simply open Safari and type in the URL iemulators.com. Upon arriving at the website, there'll probably be a banner that says NewGamePad is officially out, and you can click on that or simply go to its dedicated web page, iemulators.com/NewGamePad. Here you'll see that NewGamePad is out, and if it says updated, that means it's working. If it says revoked, then unfortunately it is not working. Nevertheless, once you click on NewGamePad to install it, all you have to do is go ahead and hit install, and it'll give you one last pop-up that says, hey, don't forget to subscribe, because I work really hard to get these emulators out for you all and these tutorials. Nevertheless, once you hit install, it'll give you a prompt that says install. Just have to click that one more time and then head home, and NewGamePad will begin to install. If NewGamePad does not install for you, then that means it's revoked, and I encourage you to check the description to find other ways on how to get this emulator. Nevertheless, once it's done installing, if you're on iOS 9 and above, it'll probably say untrusted developer. So you want to go to your settings, general, profiles, or profiles device management, whatever it says, and then find the enterprise app for NewGamePad and go ahead and trust it. Once you trust it, you'll be able to open NewGamePad, and the first thing you guys are probably noticing is that this application is all in Chinese, which is a little crazy, but do not worry, there are English games within this application, and if you go to category, you can see all of the amazing consoles that this application can emulate, including Nintendo 64 and PlayStation 1, which were previously unavailable on iOS 9 non-jailbreak. Nevertheless, to get games, all you have to do is go ahead and enter the search bar and search for any game that you'd like to play that you know is on the consoles that this emulator plays. So for example, if I were to search Pokemon, you see that everything's in Chinese. However, if you take a look at the actual box art, that's how you can tell if the game is in English or in Chinese. If the box art is in Chinese, then clearly the game will be in Chinese, but if the box art is in English, then the game will probably be in English. So go ahead and download a game, and if it's in Chinese, then just keep searching for an English game. However, to view the progress of the games that you are downloading, all you have to do is exit out of the search, click on the icon right next to the search icon, and there you'll see the progress of your download. To view your game once it's done downloading, go on My Game, click on Platform, click on the console of the game you just downloaded, and you'll see your game there. And to play it, all you have to do is go ahead and click Start. And just like the pop-up said, depending on your device, the speed of the games will differ. So if you have an older device like an iPhone 4S, N64 games will not be the best. However, as you can see, I'm playing a Nintendo 64 game, Pokemon Stadium, all on English on my iOS device, and of course it has the normal settings that any emulator would have, like save states, load states, and much more, which you guys can learn to use by simply playing with the games. Nevertheless, if you've searched NewGamePad and you cannot find a game that you would like to play in the right language or in the application whatsoever, the following part of this tutorial is going to be showing you how to get a specific game into NewGamePad, but it requires a computer. So if you've already found a game that you like, or you do not have a computer, then this part of the tutorial is not for you. So before you go, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and share this video with a friend so they can play awesome games on their iOS device just as you are. But to continue, If you have not found a game that you like, what you want to do is download any game from that console. So in my case, I want to get Dragon Ball Advanced Adventure, which is a Game Boy Advance game. So I'm going to download any Game Boy Advance game in the actual application, play it for a little bit, and once I'm done, I'm going to exit out of the application and connect my iOS device into the computer. Once you have your iOS device in your computer, you're going to want to go into your favorite web browser and go to doperoms.com. Upon arriving at doperoms.com, here you're going to search for the specific game that you would like. As I mentioned, I want to get Dragon Ball Advanced Adventure, which cannot be found within the NewGamePad emulator. So I'm going to download it here from DopeRoms by following the download links just as I'm doing here. And once you download the game that you would like on NewGamePad, you're going to go back into the URL and paste the link that I have in the description for iExplorer, which is available on Mac or PC. So download the one appropriate to your computer. Once you go ahead and download iExplorer, just go through the installation process that it gives you once you open the downloaded file, which is very simple on Mac or PC. The process is almost the same. And once you have iExplorer installed, once again, make sure your iOS device is connected to the computer, or else this will not work, because iExplorer is an application that goes into your iOS device and allows you to change the files within it. So once you have iExplorer installed, go ahead and open it. And once you have iExplorer installed, you want to go ahead and continue with the demo. You do not need the full version of iExplorer to do this. Click on Apps, scroll down and click on NewGamePad, which is going to be all in Chinese. Go to Documents and then click on the console of the game that you'd like to get. So like I mentioned, you should have downloaded any random game for the console of the game you'd like to change. So drag that game out onto the desktop, drag the game you downloaded from DopeRoms out to the desktop, and what you want to do is copy the name of the game that we just took out from iExplorer, and you want to name the game that we downloaded from DopeRoms that same exact name, because what we're going to do is trick iExplorer and NewGamePad into thinking that this game that we downloaded online is the same game that we had before. So once their names are identical, they have to be exactly the same, so that when you drag it in, it says, do you want to replace it? You want to go ahead and click replace, and once you do that, ensure that the game is there. As you can see, the new version is now there, and it's actually Dragon Ball Advanced Adventure disguised as the game that I had before. So once you do this, you want to go ahead and exit out of iExplorer and go back into your iOS device, and make sure that NewGamePad is closed from the multitasking bar, so that when you open it, it's fresh, and you go to your games and you see this is the game that I had before, but when I play it, it's actually Dragon Ball Advanced Adventure. So this will work for any game, any platform. It just has to be of the same console. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, although that can get a little crazy at times. So if you really need a question answered, I'd recommend you tweet at me on Twitter at OPERATIONiDROID. I'll have that linked in the description below, as well as if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, as I make tutorials like this every week. And if you found this video helpful, please leave a like and share it with a friend so they can enjoy all the fun that you're having with NewGamePad on your iOS device. And as always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and welcome to the operation.